at the Winter Nationals, a relatively unknown Top Fuel dragster driver won that event with his crew chief lying flat on his back 1,000 miles away, directing things by cell telephone. That racer's name, Don Lampus. Then in Rockingham, North Carolina, Bruce Litton became the winner and gave Lampus his first serious challenge for the points lead. Incidentally, Litton's wife was at that event, her first ever Top Fuel drag race. But things really tightened up in Stanton, Michigan when Don Lampus stopped Bruce Litton in the first round of competition to take the points lead. Now going into Norwalk, the pressure is on.
We feel like we got the target on our back coming in here with the points leader and Bruce right behind us. This first round is going to make a lot of difference in this whole season. We got to get by him first round. We're just going to come out here. We're going to try and run consistently today, stay here late night, and kick some butt.
Bruce Litton's season has been off lately, and he desperately needs to win if he's to stop Lampus' momentum.
This race is wide open, and we just really need to come out and run good and run consistent. I think it's really going to be the key to it. Not only just be consistent, we just got to be there round after round. We're getting closer to the end of the season, so every round counts now.
Also under the gun here today in Norwalk, Ohio, four-time IHRA Alcohol Funny Car World Champion Mark Thomas, the dairy farmer, has been winless since 1997. Oh, he's had some close calls, all right, like this one in Stanton, Michigan, but he desperately needs a win here today, especially since his sponsor, Ethanol Perform, is on hand.
And I really want to win, I mean, it's been since '94 since our last championship, and I want to prove myself again. I mean, I know we can do it. We've got as good a parts. We've got as good a crew. Rick's doing as good as anybody here. And we just want to put it together. We had enough bad luck last year, and we still finished fourth in points. But we want to prove that we can do this.
In the first round of competition, Mark Thomas stepped up with a career best 5.89 seconds. He's on a roll. Can he go all the way? Stay tuned. Welcome, one and all, as ESPN Speed World presents this coverage of the Mopar Parks World Nationals presented by Ethanol. And welcome to the Garden Spot of drag racing. Beautiful Norwalk Raceway Park just outside of Norwalk, Ohio. We're on the shores of Lake Erie with beautiful weather conditions. 75 degrees, light winds, low humidity. It's a perfect day for drag racing. Getting started now with Pro Modified quarterfinals. Hello, everyone. I'm Ted Jones. Joining me in the booth, Aaron Paulburn, our expert analyst. And this is Billy Harper, who will be facing Tommy Gray, Mopar, against Chevrolet. Aaron?
Tommy Gray hit his worst start ever from the last race. He didn't even qualify. Here he qualified number 4, but right off the bat, he red lights. That's very unusual. Billy Harper gets the gift.
646, 215 miles per hour for 706 cubic inches of Chrysler power. That's very unusual. You're taking a look right now at the business end of things for Shannon Jenkins, probably one of the sharpest guys with nitrous oxide, driving his 1941 Willys out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. His opponent will be Tim McGaven, the chassis builder from Missouri with a 63 Corvette.
Two of the best pure drivers in Pro Modified right now. Shannon's got to go round. He's the current point leader, and he just increased that lead. Great job, 644, 650.
Low ET of this quarterfinal round of competition will bring up Ed Hoover from Gilbert, South Carolina. His 63 split window Corvette powered by a 706 cubic inch Chevrolet injected on nitrous against Tommy Mooney, the chassis builder and former world champion in both Pro Modified and Pro Stock.
Kansas City was an evenly matched pair of cars for the entire deal. Oh, it was that close. Take a look. Ed Hoover squeezes it out of 645. Guess what? 645.
That's what you call very close drag racing. Here comes the Chevrolet dealer out of Ankeny, Iowa, ladies and gentlemen, driving a 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air against another 57 Chevy. Carl Moyer will take on the New Yorker, Mike Castellano.
It's a brand new car for Carl Moyer. It is slick. Up, smoke coming out the back of Castellano. He's done. The beautiful 57 will advance on a superb 645.
Moyer with a nice 4:43 reaction time. What a great semifinal. The Mopar against Moyer, and Hoover's Corvette will face the 41 Willys of Shannon Jenkins. We'll take a short break. When we come back, the 10 tops of Pro Stock. You're riding underneath the car.
I can tell by looking whether a vehicle's been driven hard or not. This guy's one of my regular customers. Scorched brake rotors, beat-up oil pan, probably never takes his foot off the gas. He trusts me to make sure it performs, and I trust CarQuest Auto Parts. I mean, you never know. Someday you might need to give me a ride.
CarQuest. Whether it's a lawnmower or a 5,000 horsepower race car, Champion has a spark plug for your needs. Champion spark plugs will get you there and back. CarQuest, the professional choice.
Looking for a wireless phone is enough to make your head spin. Analog, PCS, calling areas, night minutes, weekend minutes. Then I went to Circuit City. They helped me find a great phone and the perfect rate plan.
Circuit City has wireless phones from top brands like Nokia, Ericsson, Motorola, and more, and rate plans to fit every lifestyle. Right now, you'll get a free $40 Circuit City gift card with your wireless phone purchase. Let Circuit City clear the air on wireless phones today.
What's all that?
I'm donating some old things.
Are those my Red Wings?
And you've had those forever. Besides, you have a new pair.
Thanks. No problem.
Competition Specialties Incorporated, better known as CSI Performance Products, create the highest quality, most dependable, and widely used billet aluminum electric drive water pump on the market, with a savings of 7 to 20 horsepower by not using a drive belt, and more consistent temperatures because of the incredible continuous flow of more than 30 gallons per minute. The CSI pumps are totally rebuildable and are available for all applications, from boats to hot rods and street use, including remote applications. Most pumps are available in a variety of colors: red, blue, clear, and popular purple.
This ESPN SeaWorld coverage of the Mopar World Nationals from Norwalk, Ohio is brought to you by CSI Performance Products, simply the best. And by Linco Transmission, the leader in high-performance planetary transmission. And by CarQuest Auto Parts. You'll find it at CarQuest. Welcome back to Norwalk Raceway Park as we continue our ESPN2 SeaWorld coverage of the Mopar World Nationals. We move down into the top fuel pit area, to be more specific, the top fuel pit area of Bruce Litton. Hello again, everyone. I'm Ted Jones, along with our expert analyst, Aaron Palmer. And you say, that's not Litton's car, it's not white? Yes, it is, and that color is very significant. What's so bad about the white car, Aaron?
It is bad. It's bad because it's good. It's good for Bruce Litton because it's brand new. Finally, after the last couple of races, Bruce has had problems. Really about 1,000 feet. Kept on lighting the tires up. He had this car sitting around, said, let's put it together. They put it together. This is completely brand new chassis, brand new motors, got a completely different clutch setup than the last car. They stood there and looked at both cars and said, we're bringing this to Norwalk. We're going to throw down the gauntlet. We're going to win the World Championship or lose it with this car. Thus far, they ran the car to 1,000 feet, got in the 480s in the first pass. After that, ran it to not quite the quarter mile, got in the 470s. He really believes that there's a 60 in this car, and a 60 will win any IHRA World Championship drag race. This is the car he is putting the World Championship on the line with.
And it may well work. Now, bear in mind that he's only qualified number 4. Number 1, Don Lampus? No. Who is number 1?
Number 1, Paul Romine. Guess what? A couple-time world champion, a guy who has really struggled this year. Again, another brand new car. Tested it into this week, bought here. He has gone as fast as he ever has anywhere. 310 miles an hour, 471. He is. They look like a kid at Christmas over there in that pit area right now. The deal about Paul Romine, remember the last show? He said to himself, I may not win this thing, but I'm going to screw it up for somebody else. Mathematically, he still can win this thing. And right now, that has a whole heap of confidence over in the CarQuest camp right now.
Now, coming up later on in the show, by the way, team drag racing concept is not new to IHRA. They have it in Pro Stock. As a matter of fact, only 2 teams have won this year in Pro Stock. They have it in Top Fuel, Pro Modified, but now the 2-wheel set has a team. We'll have more on that with Ken Stout later on. Right now, we're ready to get going. And by the way, irony, folks, guess who Litton has to run in round number 1? Don Lampus. Oh, it's going to get good. We'll have to wait on that while we set time up right now for these Pro Stocks in the quarterfinals. This is Steve Speed from Manhattan, Illinois, the 96 Cutlass, the guy that got back on the horse against Dwayne Wright from Grove City, Ohio, with a 99 Firebird.
Steve Speed has been running again superbly at this event. Everyone here, though, is pulling for Dwayne Wright. Why? Because he has the Browns flag on the back of his coach runner. We're in Browns country, but hey, see if Cleveland, Steve Speed is going to go to the semi.
Indeed he does with a 675, 207 miles per hour. Now here comes another piece of irony. These are teammates, ladies and gentlemen. Floyd Cheek out of Saudi Daisy, Tennessee, 96 Pro against Tommy Lee, the number 2 qualifier out of Kingsport, Tennessee. You're riding with Tommy Lee. Let's see if he can handle teammate Floyd Cheek as they traverse the quarter mile. The winner will be Floyd Cheek by inches. 675 with a 9 to a quicker, but losing 673. He just like got outdrove there.
Did you see that thing? He just took a peek over and then his head kind of dropped. He knew it was over. It's both team cars, but they're there to race.
Speaking of strong Fords, here comes the number 8 qualifier. Normally qualifies number 1, Chris Holbrook out of Redford, Michigan with his 97 Stu Evans sponsored Pro against Monte Carlo's John Montecalvo from Santa Mauritius, New York.
But Montecalvo is going to see the front end of that Ford is Chris Holbrook just thunders again. A 674, and Holbrook right back up for him.
Speaking of Fords, here's the World Championship Ford of Alvin Whaley, now driven by Jeremy Bevan, formerly driven by Floyd Cheek, who you just saw there. He'll be running Tim Neighbors, who incidentally upset the number 3 qualifier, John Koenigshofer. Neighbors barely qualified, number 14, but Pro Stock racing is so close now.
It is. The entire field separated normally by about a minute to a second. The story of the year, maybe young Jeremy Bevan, ran a couple of Italian sportsman races last year. We see him time and time again on the ESPN broadcast. There he goes, winning another one.
Evans with a 678, 205 miles per hour. So that means we will have, going into the semifinal round, all Fords except for Steve Speed. He'll have the single Oldsmobile Cutlass in the semifinal round of Pro Stock. Coming up next, this man, Von Smith, the world champion, will have to face Mark Thomas, who desperately needs a win. Stay tuned.
I want to be super good.
G-Tech Pro Performance Meter measures 0 to 60 times, quarter-mile times and speed, braking distance, handling G's, and yes, horsepower. No installation, just plug it in and off you go. 1/10 of a second accuracy, achieved with a precision accelerometer and DSP technology. Magazines have tested it. Now they test with it. Find out results before and after your next modification. Make your childhood dream come true. Order your G-Tech Pro today and become the test car driver you've always wanted to be. Have as much fun as you had when you drove for the first time. Guaranteed, or your money back. G-Tech Pro is only $139.95. Call our 24-hour hotline right now at 1-800-G-Tech Pro. That's 1-800-483-2477.
My apartment has a TV. I watch RPM tonight for my knowledge. The more I watch, the bigger it gets. Someday, I will share my knowledge with the world. That will be a fun day.
Welcome back to Norwalk Raceway Park as we continue our coverage of the Mopar World Nationals. Beautiful Norwalk, Ohio. Hello again, everyone. I'm Ted Jones, down on what's known as Manufacturers Midway. Now, this is where many of the sponsors, the International Hot Rod Association, come to display their various products for the general public to see, also servicing for racers, and just plain good public relations. So let's meet the people from Classic Trailer, the official trailer of the International Hot Rod Association. And in looking at their trailer, I noticed the floor is not the typical wood construction.
This model of Terminator, we've introduced the extruded aluminum flooring, and that eliminates all wood in the trailer.
Which means no rod or anything like that. And of course, any kind of metal is stronger than wood.
That's correct. The racer, the amount of miles he travels in inclement weather will have problems with the wood floor after a while. This one's designed to last upwards of 10 years through the circuit.
How many miles can you get out of one of these trailers for the IE racer that just tows constantly following a circuit?
We've recorded up to 240,000 miles on these trailers with very little maintenance.
That's incredible. It's outliving the tow vehicle.
Yes, it is. Many times they're going through 3 tow vehicles to one of our trailers.
And up on top, the little deck up there, is that an option, and what's it for?
It's an observation deck, and in certain areas, certain tracks where you want to get up and see how your car is performing, it's close to the track, you just lift up the 42-inch side rails, and you get up there and you can watch the race and communicate.
So your number one customer is the serious drag racer that follows the circuit, tows a lot, sportsman drag racer.
That is correct.
And you're the official trailer of IHRA. Why?
We're affiliated with IHRA because this is our business, and what better way to show it?
Moving on now to the Alcohol 20-car quarterfinals. Well, here's the name we talked about early in the program, Aaron. Mark Thomas hasn't won since 1997. Got by the first round with a consecutive lead, but he has his hands full now. Ron Smith has been unstoppable this year.
Not just this year, but think about it. Over the last decade, against these 2 cars and these 2 drivers that have literally dominated IHRA funny car racing over the last 10-year period. And here they meet in a quarterfinal round of this race. Vaughn, he's been absolutely on his game. Honestly, I don't know if anyone can really catch him to the World Championship right now. Mathematically, there's a couple of people there. He is just on his game. Mark, on the other hand, he said it earlier, winless since 1997. His last World Championship was in '94. And he has never, ever won on this particular racetrack, and this is hometown track.
Yes, this is Mark's home. Both of them heavily sponsored, by the way. Probably 2 of the best sponsored alcohol credit cards in all of drag racing. Looks like Vaughn is out on top right there. Thomas made a move. I don't believe it. Mark Thomas, 594, 234 miles per hour. He came out of nowhere to pass it.
Inches, literally inches.
Here's how they'll pair up in the semifinals. By the way, Tony Bogolo beat James Libby, who stopped number 1 qualifier, Jimmy Rector. Now, we'll take a break from the action. When we come back, it's time for nitromethane, the 4-wheel variety and the 2-wheel set. Stay tuned.
Lenco, the leader in high-performance planetary transmission, offers 6 modes to fit your application. From the bulletproof CS1 Lenco used by alcohol funny cars and pro mods to the new ST1200 street strip model for your weekend warrior. Lenco can fill your needs, and introducing the newest model of the Lenco family, the Lenco Drive automatic style transmission. Call our tech line today for more details and shift your way into the winner's circle.
What's up, Glow Boy? You need to make a call? Nah, you don't need any change. Just dial 1-800-COLLECT. Yeah, 1-800-COLLECT. You can save $1 or $2. Go ahead, try it. Don't mention it. Just tell all your buddies. Tourists. 1-800-COLLECT. Save $1 or $2.
College football Saturday. First at noon.
It's the Big Ten opener for the brilliant Drew Brees and the Boilermakers.
Then at 6.
Miami's got one of the best teams they've had in years. Watch it.
At 9.
Thomas Jones and the Cavaliers travel to Provo to take on Rob Morris and a stingy Cougar defense.
College game day at 11 on ESPN. Then on ESPN2. Northwestern Purdue at noon. Miami, East Carolina at 6. Virginia, BYU at 9. Saturday.
Back in Norwalk, Ohio, we're about ready for the 2-wheel Top Fuel Harley-Davidson action. But first, let's go down to their pits for this story from Ken Stout.
You're looking at John Mancuso's new Top Fuel Harley-Davidson. And in typical Mancuso fashion, he's qualified number 1 here at Norwalk Raceway Park. 661's the number, big mile per hour. But that's not the story. The story is the fact that his defending championship bike from 1998 is also qualified. You ask how? Well, we've seen 2-car teams and pro stock, funny car, all the categories you can think of. Now, it also includes Top Fuel Harley.
Steve Shorter, with 25 years of riding experience underneath his belt, will be campaigning the 1998 championship bike for John Mancuso. You've taken over the points lead at the last race, and I see a new addition to the team.
Yeah, we've had the championship bike kind of sitting in the trailer. We've been working with the new bike, and Steve Shorter has been struggling a little bit with his bike, so we decided just to get Steve to ride that bike in this race and see what we could do, and we wound up getting them both in the show. I hired him to come and race with us, and if he were to accidentally block or knock a couple of people out that are in contention for the points, it certainly wouldn't hurt my feelings any.
I think it certainly says a lot about the confidence in your ability and in the new motorcycle as well, because once you've decided to make that decision, now you have no backup bike.
Well, we kind of thought about firing him Friday night after he put me out, but no, we knew that this bike would probably come around. The big bike the new bike is going to be stronger and faster. That bike, the old bike that Steve's riding, it's a good running bike. It got us the championship last year. You can't knock it, but we know that this bike's got more power, and once it's developed, it's going to be a quicker bike.
Steve, explain to me how you guys got together. Was it your idea or John's idea?
Well, it was actually John's idea. He had me ride the bike in Houston, and I've been struggling really bad the last 4 races, and he knew I needed some help, so he decided to bring the extra bike out.
Now, this is twofold. It's also going to help him as well.
Yeah, it can be a good advantage to him, and it's helping me quite a bit, too.
You've got to feel very comfortable climbing on a motorcycle that you know can perform flawlessly.
Yeah, you just kind of put it out of your mind. It makes it a lot easier to ride when you know the bike is that good and can handle that well.
On the other hand, I mean, it's extraordinary that you can climb on a motorcycle that's not yours. You're probably not necessarily comfortable on. Things are a little bit different. How do you climb on one of these things and just run so hard?
You just got to concentrate and pay attention to what you're doing. You know, if you ride one as long as I have, you tend to pay attention.
The points battle is going to be very tough throughout the rest of the season. Keep in mind, Doug Vansel, who's second in the points right now, is less than 1 round behind. Jay Turner, who's third in the points, is approximately 2 rounds behind. He's going to need some help. Well, maybe not some help if he keeps running the way he has this weekend. Shorter is on the opposite side of the ladder. The only way that these two can meet would be in a final round elimination. If, in fact, Steve and John meet in the finals, that means that Steve has taken out either the number 2 or number 3 man in the points, Doug Vansel or Jay Turner. That obviously will help John Mancuso to his second IHRA Top Fuel Harley Championship.
Thank you very much, Ken Stout. Let's move into the quarterfinal action now. Speaking of the number 1 qualifier, the defending world champ, Johnny Mancuso, out of Houston, Texas. He's facing Alan Peterson. By the way, it took a 6-second run to get into this field there.
Peterson was the number 8 qualifier in 6:99. For Peterson, it's good news, bad news. He qualified for his first ever race this year. Bad news, the world champion is going to go blow by him ahead of 6:64.
Anytime you have to run Johnny Mancuso, you have your hands full. And next up, Ray Price from Raleigh, North Carolina, also a Harley-Davidson dealer, against Jim McClure out of Williamsburg, Virginia, the guy that finally won an IHRA event.
Finally knocked home his first one about 3 weeks ago. But look at McClure in trouble. So the smoke just blistering that back tire. The wheel came up, and Ray Price is going to go to the semifinals.
6:76, not that far off of the pace set by Mancuso. Now here comes the number 2 qualifier, Jay Turner, Winston, North Carolina, the big threat for Johnny Mancuso's lead against Doug Vansel, the other big threat for Mancuso's lead. This is a critical race at points.
Very much so. Right now, you're looking at the number 2 and 3 guys. Something going wrong for Doug Vansel, and boy, Jay Turner is on a ride. That's a ride. 6:65, 2:06. Turner puts himself right in the hunt.
And here's Mancuso's teammate, Steve Shorter, out of Go. His opponent will be Mike Romine from Sturgis, Michigan. A good shot with our Lico 310. You'll be able to see the pre-stage. That's 2 lights on top, and then stage. Good 3-light start, Aaron.
Look at the ride. Shorter is on the wheel. Still up, still up. Wham! Finally goes down. That's exactly what Mancuso wanted, because he will take on Jay Turner in the next round.
6:65. Boy, I'm telling you, they are all within 100th of a second. Here's the way they'll pair up in the semifinal round. Lane choice will go to Mancuso and to Jay Turner. When we come back, we've got Top Fuel Dragsters. There's your points leader. He's ready.
from the ravages of extreme heat with Redline Water Wetter, a unique wetting agent for cooling systems that reduces coolant temperatures by as much as 20 degrees. Redline Water Wetter improves heat transfer and protects your cooling system from rust and corrosion. Call 800-624-7958 for details on Water Wetter and our complete line of performance products. Redline Oil, products designed for performance.
I think the most important heating is the one that you start in the fall, so your lawn starts to look healthier in the spring, and consequently, you need Scott's Winterizer. When I put down Winterizer in the fall, it allows us to develop a good, strong root base, and it allows the lawn to endure the winter weather, and you get a real early greening. This grass is beautiful, thick, deep green. People will stop by and say, "How'd you do that?" Scott's Winterizer gives the grass a kickstart in the fall and makes it really look great in the spring.
Counting down to number 1. This tennis champion dominated the game with her power and skill and changed it with her courage. Sports Century athlete number 19, Martina Navratilova. Tomorrow at 10:30 on ESPN, presented by General Motors.
You're watching the Mopar Parts World Nationals presented by Ethanol from Norwalk Raceway Park in Norwalk, Ohio. Ted Jones and Aaron Palmer here with you. Jim Stout is in the pit, but we're ready to go with quarterfinals of Top Fuel Dragster. Our first pairing will be Danny Dunn, the number 6 qualifier from Lenore, North Carolina, against Steve Smith, who qualified number 3 out of Princeton, North Carolina. Had a great performance at the most previous event in Stanton, Michigan, Aaron Palmer.
Steve Smith went to the finals with a great go. Oh, wheelie. Huge one by Steve Smith, but look at Danny Dunn. He's on a march 470. That, ladies and gentlemen, as he backs it up, is a new IHRA world record.
At 305 miles per hour, he has that thing flying. Now here comes the Snap-on Tool car of Jim Bailey from Bradenton, Florida, who is a strong points contender. His opponent will be Rid Postari from Norwalk, Connecticut, with a brand new sponsorship here this weekend, and that is so critical to these Top Fuel dragsters. They are expensive to campaign.
He's sponsored by Toby, kind of a health drink, if you will. But right now, he's Cabell. He just literally blew the tires off. And I tell you what, Jim Bailey just your day. He flexed himself to the semi-final.
And Aaron Palmer, you weren't kidding when you said he blew the tires off, more specifically, the tire. Let's go to Top Fuel.
I know that's not what you guys were expecting, but it's a round win.
Well, Snap-on Tools. We got plenty of tools. We got plenty of Doug Herbert parts. We're going to need them, I think.
Just annihilated the tires right off the bat.
Yeah, well, just have to do whatever you have to do. Pedal it down through there. I kept looking over every time I would spin the tire, and he wasn't there, so we were going to the other end.
And he accused Bruce Litton of being lucky.
You got to have some if you're going to win a championship. You better have this guy. Unlucky throughout the first half of the year. Except right now he finds himself the number 1 qualifier going into this round. But it has been a magical mystery tour on race day for Paul Romine. But right now, I mean, Wayne Bailey. Oh, you talk about another magical mystery tour. Wayne Bailey takes it up in smoke, and look at Romine coast through on fire. 684. He goes to the semis.
I know that's not what you wanted. It's pretty wet, but the good side is you get the win.
Well, yeah, but we didn't get any data on that run. We really need some, so we don't know what we're doing next time. We got a big guy, too.
Boy, Paul Romine, not his usual self. He really looks down, Aaron Paul.
He really does, and it's been that kind of season for Paul. Again, a brand new to a Mike Spitzer car, and the thing ran, remember, he ran 471, so he's kind of the fastest he ever ran in his life. You got a feel for it.
Really hurt the engine on that one. Now, here comes Bruce Litton. This is the race of the entire show, folks. This guy needs to win this in the new white car you told us about, Aaron Palmer, because he's running Don Lampus. They qualified number 4 and 5. How much closer can you get?
And you've seen this again and again the last couple of races. This may not be just a race here at Norwalk Raceway Park at the Mopar Parks World Nationals. This may be the race that will determine the world champion for this season. You're looking at number 1 and 2. Again, the first round. What's critical here is whoever wins gets to go more rounds. The other one has to go home. It's rounds that win you a championship. Let's watch.
First off the starting line was Don Lampus. A whole shot on Litton. Don Lampus upsetting with a 476. Bruce Litton a 479. What a drag race. 2 470.
What an astronomical round for us to win.
Oh, that's awesome.
476, 308 beats his 479.
Oh, man, that was too close for comfort. Holy cow.
You must have been looking at the front of his car the entire time.
Oh, we needed that. I don't think I ever saw him. I was concentrating so hard looking down track. I don't think I ever saw him. What was the reaction times, do you know?
I didn't get reaction time.
Oh, we needed that one big time. Big time.
Traveling All-Stars going to the semifinals.
Good news for Don Lampus. You stopped Litton. Bad news, you've got Romine in the semifinals. Jim Bailey will face Danny Dunn. We'll take a break right now for the Performance Tip. Professional tips on the latest performance technology available with Bill 200-mile-per-hour Coolman. Items featured on the Performance Tip are available from Summit Racing Equipment. 30 years of low prices and expert advice.
You know, what we have here is a NASCAR-style engine. And what's always taken for granted in a lot of engines is the headers. Naturally, they all have them. But what are the headers held on with? The header bolts. When this NASCAR application with stainless steel headers, ARP uses a stainless steel header bolt. It's a very unique design because, one, it has stainless in it that will not gald, plus the heat sink capability of this bolt matches the same material the header's made out of. And then if you'll notice upon close inspection, we've got the wire holes for safety wiring. When those guys are running 500 miles, they don't need a header bolt coming out ruining the whole operation. To me, running the Summit Racing Equipment Nitro Coupe, this is a pretty small engine. In fact, this is about the size of an engine I use to start my engine. I use a big blown engine, and you've seen me on ESPN 2 quite a few times change an engine in 20 minutes or so. Myself and Vicky, one other person can handle that job because, again, of ARP, and they're thinking out the situation on header bolts. Headers sometimes are the slowest thing to take off a race car. When you have large diameter pipes such as the 2.5 inches I use, the hole for the exhaust location is too close to the bolt hole. Well, you need a reduced head type bolt. But rather than bolts, why not think studs? In fact, you can get standard studs, a straight shank with a small 12-point head, or reduced studs. You've got a 3/8 stud for the block, and it comes down to a 5/16 diameter for the header. That's how we change those headers that quick. Basically, wheel the nuts off, pull the header off, everything's in place to put them right back on. So the next time you're thinking speed, remember, header bolts can speed up that engine change or make life a little easier.
Until now, you had to be at your ignition to adjust your ignition. But check out Holley's brand new unmodified digital ignition systems, giving you consistent control over rev limits and spark. Precision adjustment of your new Holley Annihilator uses a unique handheld control module called Quick Shot in real time from the driver's seat. Leave the competition stuck in the past. Annihilator digital ignitions from Holley. The future of racing starts here.
I've always been set in my ways. So when Subaru told me they were changing my Outback, I was a tad concerned. Truth is, they just made it better. This next generation Outback's got a stylish new body, quieter ride, and their best all-wheel driving system ever. Sort of inspired me to make a few changes. I think this works. The new Outback, the world's first sport utility wagon from Subaru.
When it's time to bring a little fun to life.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm your new roommate.
Best Buy.
Nice TV.
Want a career filled with excitement, adventure, world travel with excellent pay? Join Bob Raymond's International Diving Career Institute at Halls in the fabulous Florida Keys to train for an exciting career in the recreational diving industry. Graduate sport diving instructors, dive masters, and resort and store technicians are in demand. Your opportunity for an exciting lifestyle is only a phone call away. Call the numbers on your screen or visit our website at www.hallsdiving.com. Do it today.
Back in Norwalk, Ohio, they call it thrashing. It's between round maintenance and many times repairs that goes on in drag racing. We're in the pit area of Mark Thomas, and he has some problems with more. Here's Ken Stout.
As you can see, the four-time alcohol funny car champion working very, very hard on the power plant. Mark Thomas finally stepped up. It looks like luck might be on your side finally here in 1999. It's been a little bit tough. You had a great pass in round number 1. More importantly, you took out that heavy hitter, Vaughn Smith, in round number 2.
Yeah, Vaughn's tough. You know, there's no gimmies. I mean, we got a boatload of alcohol cars here. We've been struggling a little bit this year. We want to win. We're going to do whatever we have to do to get there, whatever we can do. We killed a piston in the first round. We hurt the pistons in this round. But we just want to win this thing. And it's our sponsors race. The Mopar people have been great to us. And I just want to make this thing work. You know, the ethanol, this is our 10-year anniversary, and we need to win. It's been a year and a half. We want to get back on our horse again and do it.
One dead soldier per round?
We don't care how many it takes. We just want to win.
As you talk about pressure, the ethanol people are on hand down in Mark's pit, rooting him on, but what is he worried about?
You know, knowing Mark not worried about it, but, you know, we saw an intensity in Mark Thomas we haven't seen all year long. That boy is locked in.
Pro Modified semifinals on the line right now. 57 Chevrolet of Carl Moyer against the 68 Barracuda of Billy Harper. Chevy versus Mopar.
Doesn't get any better. The 68 Barracuda of 57 Chevrolet, and Billy Harper is going to go to the final with a superb 643-215. He had that Cuda on smoking.
One of the things that makes Pro Mod so popular are these nostalgia cars. The crowd absolutely loves them, like this one of Shannon Jenkins, qualified number 2. He has to face Ed Hoover in his 63 Corvette Stingray.
Well, in this case, again, it's a matter of going rounds for Shannon Jenkins. Ed Hoover, boy, he has been on a drought that's lasted for years and years and years, but right now he's in front. Oh, he's going to beat him. Superb job by Ed Hoover, 641, 218 miles an hour, Ted.
That's low EG and elimination. Ed Hoover serves notice to everybody. It ain't over till it's over. We move on now to Mountain Motor Pro Stock. Why do we call it Mountain Motors? Both these guys run 812, 13, 14, and 15 cubic inches of power. On the line right now, Floyd Cheek, Jeremy Bevins.
No love lost between these two. Remember, it was Floyd Cheek who drove for the Whaley brothers last year, and look at that. The kid is going to a final. Jeremy Bevins, 674.
What irony. That's the car Floyd Cheek drove, folks. Let's go for a ride underneath Floyd Cheek's car. Watch the suspension work right there as he leaves the starting line. You can see the wheelie bars did their job. You can also see Bevins slightly pulling ahead of him. Now, here's another Ford versus Oldsmobile battle. Chris Holbrook, who has been dominating with his Motorcraft sponsored Stu Evans entry, which was previously driven by its owner, Stuart Evans. But his driving career came to a quick halt back in Florida this year. Let's go back there when he was running, of all people, irony, Steve Spieth. Take a look at what happened. Spieth actually left on Stuart Evans side by side. Then Stuart pulled fortunately ahead of him. Spieth completely out of shape, turned upside down, literally destroyed that car and missed young Stuart Evans by just inches. With that, Stuart Evans announced that because he's expected to take over the business in later years, he would retire from driving and become an owner and crew chief. Well, he did very well. Here we see Steve Spieth again against Chris Holbrook with Stuart Evans as the crew chief up in New York. Their first victory with Evans as a crew chief. They were delighted to say the least. But now a news story. Ken Stout found out something earlier today and filed this report.
Congratulations, Stuart. From what I understand, you're married.
Yep, I'm a married man now. Out here on my honeymoon.
Out here on your honeymoon? And who is the lovely wife?
This is Jennifer. This is my new wife.
Now, I've got to ask you. Typically, most people would think you don't have your priorities straight. You missed Friday qualifying because you were getting married.
Yeah, all the guys actually were kind of... I think they're more nervous at my wedding than I was because they missed Friday, and then Thursday was the rain out. So we weren't qualified, you know, coming back to Norwalk here on Saturday morning. But out of the box, we ran good. And so far, so good. We're going in the semis now.
I've got to ask you, how is it that you could get this entire team to not come to the races on Friday?
It was either that or wait 2 years, so he had no choice.
You just made the call flat out.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
He had no say in it whatsoever?
Nope. I told him you got these 2 days, either New Hampshire race or this one. So he chose this one.
And he chose you.
Yeah.
Now, I've got to ask you, who really runs this team now? Is it her or is it you?
She thinks she does, but we just let her think that. It makes life a lot easier.
You know, that's kind of what they say. I mean, he would like to think that he wears the pants in the family, but the fact of the matter is, she chooses what color he wears.
Yes, indeed. He learns quick, right, Aaron?
Can you imagine being there and saying, honey, we're going to Norwalk Raceway Park for our honeymoon? Oh, man.
Chris Holbrook, incidentally, ended up qualifying number 8 in the young Stu Evans Ford Pro. He'll be facing who else? Steve Spees in the old Cutlass.
A great matchup again. Just a redo of New York. And again, Steve Spees kind of lost himself at the starting line. And again, he had a dominant car. But again, Chris Holbrook is going to go to another final at a 674.
And the new wife approves of that. You can see on the Lincoln tree cam that he definitely red-lighted that start. Now, we are ready to go with Top Fuel Harley-Davidson. That's Johnny Mancuso putting on his safety vest. We'll have that when we return.
Arm strength, quickness, agility, and body control. The essential elements of the winning defensive baseball player. And with Coach Emanski's Defensive Drills video, you'll learn the amazing training secrets of America's finest baseball school. The Defensive Drills video features revolutionary training techniques developed by professional scout and instructor Tom Emanski. Techniques that get results, producing baseball world's back-to-back-to-back AAU national championship teams and even a gold medal in international competition. In a recent review, Collegiate Baseball Magazine explained, with Coach Emanski's techniques, the future of baseball is here today. Even top professional players are impressed. Just ask Major League superstar Fred McGriff.
I'm so impressed with the instructional videos by Coach Emanski that I've given them my full endorsement. When you watch them, you'll know why.
The Defensive Drills video is available now for immediate shipping. It makes a great gift and benefits players of all ages and ability levels. To order your copy, call toll-free 1-800-233-0500. That's 1-800-233-0500. Call now.
If I had one of those TV rating boxes on my television, the #1 show in the country would be 11 p.m. Sports Center. I never miss it. In my opinion, it's the best thing going. Okay, maybe it won't hit #1, but it'll definitely give Dharma and Greg a run for their money.
A very underrated defense. Darryl Gardner, deep completion, knocks Bledsoe to the ground.
Face it, America. Situation comedy, it's a dead genre.
Welcome back to IHRA Drag Racing at Norwalk Raceway Park. The Mopar Parts World National top fuelers are lining up in the staging lane, and there's problems in the pits for the World Champion.
Ted, something really strange going on down here in the CarQuest Auto Parts team. They fired the car up. It did not sound correct. In fact, sounded very, very strange. The entire top fuel pits are empty. Everybody's in the staging lanes. As you can see, Paul Romine, Clayton Harris, the entire crew is still thrashing on this car. Are they going to make it for the semifinals? We'll have to wait and see. I can tell you right now, it's going to be very close.
We'll have Top Fuel four-wheel style after we go back to the Top Fuel Harleys lining up right now. The world champ, Johnny Mancuso, will be facing Ray Price, the #1 and 4 qualifier.
Again, a weather front just went through. It's actually about 12 degrees colder right now than it was in the last round. That is just going to play havoc on all the teams. But look at Johnny Mancuso, the wheel up right through the lights. Ladies and gentlemen, the fastest pass ever for a Nitro Harley-Davidson. 650 in excess of 216. Unbelievable.
He did have that front tire right through the beams. I really wonder if the back tire stopped the ET. I mean, he carried it all the way down. Jay Turner, #2 qualifier against Steve Storter, and Turner is giving Mancuso problems. He really needs Turner to go out here.
It looked like a drive belt just came off of Storter's bike. That's not what Mancuso wanted to see, but what a setup. The two fastest bikes in the world will face off in the semifinals.
Let's take a look at what happened right off the starting line there for the team bike of Johnny Mancuso. Oh, the belt went high in the air. Now let's move on to Alcohol Funny Car semifinals. can this man, the dairy farmer from nearby Louisville, Ohio, that's not very far from Norwalk, pick up a victory and stop that losing streak? Mark Thomas needs this race, and he's up for it, Aaron.
He really is. On the other side, you've got Dan Roman. This is the farthest Dan Roman has gone in eye-during competition in a great name. Absolute pleasure. And right now, I tell you what, Mark Thomas's mind is locked into this race. And when that happens, regardless of class, you got a good chance of winning the thing. Let's watch.
Equal reaction times, 5:09, but now Thomas charges ahead. Another 5-second pass, 233 he's running.
The thrash paid off, huh?
Yeah, you know, this is getting wild, but we don't care. Whatever we have to do to win is what we're trying to do. And Therese, thank you, Cheryl, such a hug. She's been having a talk with me that we are going to win, and she's going to put the fire back in me. We're trying hard. I don't know who we're going to have in the final. I just want to win this thing.
It doesn't matter, does it?
Doesn't matter. The ethanol performance, the Mopar performance, Dodge Avenger is running good. And we hope to do one more round. That's all we need. Thank you.
Yeah, baby!
Come on, we got it. It's hard. Okay. One more, man. One more. Do it. One more time.
Boy, what enthusiasm. Those guys are on a march, Aaron.
I think the word is intense. Wow. All right, Chris Piggins right now is Tony Bogolo. Bogolo with one win already this year. Oh, man, I mean, a huge red light on the Lenco Christmas tree. And I got to believe something mechanically must have gone wrong with Piggins' car because it was blatant. That was no anticipation.
No big deal for Bogolo. Now we move into Top Fuel Dragster semifinals. That's Clayton Harris, the crew chief for Paul Romine, and they definitely have some problems there. That car is not firing. They're pushing it back off. What a break for Paul Romine.
You know, you take a look down the fuel delivery system, and you know, these are, despite the fact they go 300-some miles an hour, these are very delicate animals. Anything could go wrong, and obviously a problem there for Clinton and Lampus. He wants lane choice for the next round. Oh, does he want lane choice? 472. An earlier 476, Ted. That's a new national record.
That guy will probably get lane choice, and he is destined to be the big points leader coming out of Norwalk, Ohio. But here comes Jim Bailey, the number 2 qualifier in the Snap-on car, against Danny Dunn, who was storming. Bailey, look at that. 475, and he lost a tire, Aaron.
Lost a tire right through the lights, and unbelievable driving job for Bailey. How he kept that thing off the guardrail, I will never, ever know.
At 301 miles per hour, he kept it off the guardrail. Let's look at it again. We've got to take a look at the entire run. Now, you can see Dunn was actually out on him. Bailey, right there to the 8th mile mark, swerves just a little bit through the 1,000-foot, through the lights, and kaboom! The tire blew up, and take a look over the other lane. Dunn has his share of problems, too. Boy, this was catastrophe city, but Bailey ended up running a 475. Not bad for a guy with one wheel.
Coming across the finish line, as you can see, has just annihilated the left rear tire. Don't see any oil out of the front of the motor, but obviously something's kicked out toward the left rear tire. Through the finish line, still runs 475 at 301, and you go to the final.
I don't know if we can fix it, but the coupler's not lined up. I broke the reverser off, but we'll give it a shot. We'll see what we got when we get back.
We're one of the best crews in drag racing. If anybody can get it done, it'll be you guys.
Well, we have to hurry, you know. It made a pretty big bang, jerked me around a little bit, but I just tried to get both the chutes out and keep it off the guardrail. That's all I could do is hang on at that point.
Heck of a driving, John.
Thanks a lot.
Team owner Doug Herbert right there surveys the damage. We'll be back with final.
Redline Lubricants. Racer proven to enhance the everyday performance of your car. Experience the same high performance as the pros with Redline Performance products and significantly reduce everyday engine wear. Redline Lubricants are specially formulated with anti-wear additives that protect far beyond other oils and lubricants. Call 800-624-7958 for details on our complete line of oils and additives. Redline Oil, lubricants designed for performance.
Have you ever considered a career as a commercial diver? If so, there's no better school to give you the training than Divers Institute of Technology. Whether it's working on offshore oil, underwater construction, raising sunken vessels on a salvage job, or doing hull repair, Divers Institute of Technology has the staff, the equipment, and the location to offer real open water training. Divers Institute of Technology. Call today to start your career as a commercial diver.
People say I talk a lot of trash. I don't talk a lot of trash.
This bomb go over 5 rounds. I won't return to the United States for 30 days.
Ali talk trash.
Well, all these big mouth people here in Miami talking about I talk too much and this one's gonna whoop me. Well, I want all of them to be there.
He invented trash.
Yeah, I wish him a happy new year because he's gonna need happiness after I annihilate him.
But he can back it up too.
I must be the greatest.
You've got to call 1-800-Classic to get ESPN Classic.
It's happy hour in Norwalk, Ohio. Finals time right now as the Pro Stocks burn out. There is Chris Holbrook from Redford, Michigan with the 97 Pro. Here's Jeremy Bevins, who barely made it here. Just got past Lloyd Cheek in the semifinals. They had equal reaction time, identical ETs out to the second digit.
You know what makes this thing interesting right now is as far as Holbrook is concerned. He is on the exact same track, prepared-wise, as he was in New York. 600-foot starting line, all brand-new surface, and he absolutely thundered at that deal. Let's see if he can do it again right here against young Jeremy Bevins.
He said he would love to give a good wedding gift to his boss, Stuart Evans, and that is an Ironman. Looks like he's on his way to doing it right now. 6:72.207 trying Mountain Motor time.
6:72.207, standing next to Ray with Mopar. Excellent job.
I want to thank Mopar for sponsoring this event. This was a great event. This is for Stuart and Jennifer for their wedding. This is awesome.
Couldn't be a better present, right? Certainly appreciate the help. It's been a great event as well.
Absolutely. I mean, this has been a great weekend, even with the little bad weather we had last night. I mean, the fans are great, and the racers are really putting on a good show for them.
Excellent hit, and I'll tell you what, this thing remains with just 2 teams winning this year in Pro Stock.
Man, I tell you what, it's going to be tough all the way to the final race. You know, there's some good competitors. Floyd, he's tough. Yoke's tough. I mean, everybody's tough, and I think it's going to go down to the last race, and we'll see who gets this championship.
Excellent job.
All right, thank you.
By the way, that was Ray Richards, the guru of everything drag racing in the world of Mopar.
Into the finals of the two-wheel variety, those Screaming Eagle Top Fuel Harley-Davidson featuring Jay Turner from Winston, North Carolina, the number 2 qualifier against Johnny Mancuso, the number 1 qualifier from Houston, Texas. Turner needs this if he's going to give Mancuso a serious chase for the World Championship.
He really does. I asked Mancuso if he was going to try and race Turner or if he was going to try and set the bike up to run the first 40. That's what he said. I want to run the first 40. That could have been a mistake. Jay Turner, I said, are you going to try and run a 40? He goes, if it was up to me, yeah, I'd change everything on the bike. What does Bobby Buckley, his crew chief, said? Leave it alone. If he can run a 40, God bless him, but I don't think he can.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Every mechanic in the world knows that age-old adage. A good shot now, as you can see them staging. Notice, folks, no roll cage, no shoulder harness. These are the bravest men in drag racing.
Great start by both. They go wheels up. Jay Turner with the lead. Looks like Mancuso actually down on power. Boy, Jay Turner pulls it out when he needed it. Team Bulldog at 6:56.201.
There you go, baby. Quickest ET ever for this bike. 6:56.201.
Woo! Yes! What, 2 what?
201.
Oh, okay. You stuttered.
I was excited.
Yeah, that's once again, it's a great weekend for Team Bulldog. We'd like to thank the good Lord for a good, clean day of racing. We'd like to thank Wall Enterprises for sponsoring us and helping us out. I'd like to thank Bobby Buckley, who's not here today, for putting me on a great motorcycle. Larry and Steve McBride, the cycle specialists, for doing a lot of work for us. DVD is the man. Yeah, and Team Bulldog is going to the front. I'd like to thank Mopar and Screaming Eagle and everybody else. And I forgot you. I'm sorry.
I don't think he forgot anybody.
No, he had the list thoroughly covered, and that was great. Now, the problems right now. Billy Harper, he absolutely nuked the motor in the semifinal round. And what does that mean? He's on the clock right now. The clock just ran out on Billy Harper. Ed Hoover is going to single for the Pro Modified Final. And think about this. He hasn't won since the early 90s. What a way to go out. 6:39, 211 miles an hour. That drought is over.
How about this drought? Can Mark Thomas do it? Stay tuned.
I don't get it. Didn't you just buy new brakes?
Yeah.
Why didn't we stop then?
me guess, on your own you went with the generic brakes to save us a few bucks, didn't you? How much does your good deal save us now?
Lads who got ultimate brakes.
When quality and safety come first, choose Ultimate Brakes. Call toll-free for the Ultimate Brakes dealer near you.
Oh, we're gonna miss you.
Hi, Sandy. You're down 39 years. Say, Earl, why don't you keep this? We did bowl at one time. Dave'd like you to have this. Thanks. Anyone need a third ticket? All right. What else you got, bud? Sorry, guys. I'm keeping my Red Wings. What size you wearing? 9.5.
A great tradition reborn on ESPN2, Friday Night Fights. This week's main event, Orlando Canizales battles Frankie Tolino in a 10-pound featherweight bout. Friday Night Fights, tomorrow at 9 on ESPN2.
This ESPN Speed World coverage of the Mopar Parts World Nationals has been brought to you by CSI Performance Products, simply the best. And by Linco Racing Transmission, the leader in high-performance planetary transmission. And by CarQuest Auto Parts. You'll find it at CarQuest. Well, there's been plenty of carnage here in Norwalk, and for more on that, let's go down to the top fuel pit area for this report from Ken Stout.
Bad news for the Snap-on Tool Racing team is that they will not make it back for the final round appearance. The damage is too great to the chassis. You can see where it's really bowed out here, this bottom frame rail. It's exactly the same on the top frame rail on the other side. In order to straighten these, they have to pull them not just back to straight, but actually past center, and they're afraid that it would take too much strength out of the chassis. The crew chief has made the call. Jim Bailey, bad news.
Just a tough break for the Snap-on team, you know. The guys worked really hard, made all the right calls this weekend. We got a break in the first round when we got through a round of smoking the tires, but we got some computer information that let us come back for that round, and you know, it was just one of those things. That's the drag part of the racing. This happens occasionally.
So it'll be a single run, kind of anticlimactic for Don Lamb. Oh, wheels up start. He's going to put on a show at least for the 8th mile.
Well, he did. If you look at the blower belt came off, and he wanted to run a 460. Blower belt came off, but he'll settle through the Ironman.
Yeah, ran a 5:35, not bad. But here's the good news, folks. And then pulling for the All-American boy, the farmer from Ohio. Well, it looks like he's made it down to the finals. Mark Thomas in the ethanol-performed Dodge Avenger will be facing Tony Bogolo with his Dodge Avenger out of Salem, Ohio. Two Buckeyes going to it.
They are. I got to tell you a story about Mark Thomas. Back in New York, he said, Aaron, I've lost it. I said, what did you used to do? He said, I used to listen to this heavy metal band called Danzig. They had this song called Mother. So actually what happened is he now has that tape. Guess what? That music, that heavy metal band is being played through his helmet as we speak right now. It has been for every round here today.
Well, if it works, don't mess with it, or as we said before, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Good green light start. First off the line, Bogolo, but he pops the chute, Aaron.
Oh, severe tire shake. The chute comes out. There's going to be a major celebration in the ethanol camp as Mark Thomas ends the drought from 1997 at his own home track. Mark goes home a winner.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, with the exception of that 80 pass, you've been in the 90s all day, baby.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. I tell you what. And I tell you what, you're not going to say this, but
you got to bring the girls over.
Gotta bring them over. Put on me to get sharper, to do better, bring the fire back, and we're going to win. We did. And I tell you what, it's something for I scare my kids, but I tell you what, the ethanol performed, Mopar Performance, Dodge Avenger is back. And we're here to stay. It's been a year and a half that monkey's been on me, and it's been eating hard. And it sucked. I mean, it hurt, because we're way better than this. And so to win is good.
What does that do to the points, Aaron?
Well, Don Lampus, he increases. He's well into number 1 right now. Vaughn Smith in there. Jimmy Rector, but Mark Thomas goes to number 3. Johnny Mancuso and Jay Turner, that's going to be the war to watch as we go to the World Finals. Gannon Jenkins, Browns means everything to him. He's a solid number 1. Steve Vick, though, moves to number 3. Chris Holbrook and Floyd Cheek, a very tight match there in Pro Stock.
The Battle of the Fords will continue on when we come to our next stop at Epic, New Hampshire. Until then, I'm Ted Jones for Aaron Palmer and Ken Stop. Thanks for watching. Congratulations to all of our winners. So long, everyone, from Norwalk, Ohio.